Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. Man. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, opposite is one of the most important conversations we are ever had. We are talking about a subject that changes life quickly, slowly, and permanently. The topic is how wealthy people think differently. Not just how they earn money, not just how they invest, but how they see the world. Because the truth is, most people try to change their income before they change their mindset, and that almost never work for long. Wealthy people often think differently about time, risky, valor, learning, discipline, relationship, opportunities, money itself, and these differences compound over years. This opposite is not about worshipping rich people. Not all wealthy people are wise. Not all poor people are lazy. But there are patterns of thinking that consistently create better outcome in life. And today we are going deep into those patterns. So wherever you are, driving, working out, working, studying late at night, get comfortable because this opposite may completely change the way you think about your future. Number one, the biggest difference, long-term thinking. The first major difference between wealthy people and average people is this. Wealthy people think long term. Average people think ask what I can get today. Wealthy thinks ask what can grow for the next 10 years. This is one of the biggest mindset shifts in the world. Most people are trapped in a short-term survival thing, and honestly, that's understandable. Bills are real, stress is real, pressure is real, but wealthy people train themselves to delay gratification. They sacrifice comfort today for the freedom tomorrow. For example, most people spend money to look rich. Wealthy people invest money to become richer. That's a different psychology. One buys appearance, the other buys assets. Think about this carefully. A person buys a luxury car to impress people. Another person uses that same money to start a business. 10 years later, their lives look completely different. One purchased attention, the other purchased leverage. Wealthy people consistently ask, will this matter in 5 years? Will this decision increase my freedom? And this helping me grow? Most people think about weekend. Wealthy people think about decades, and that changes everything. History segment. Imagine two friends, both are 25 years old, both earn the same salary. The first spends expensive clothes, clubs, get kids, vacation, and status symbols. The second, learning high income, invest, read, build side business, network with smart people. At the age 25, the first person looks rich. At the age 40, the second person is richer. This is the power of delayed gratification. Success often looks boring in the beginning, and that's why most people quit. Number two, wealthy people value time more than money. Here, another huge difference. Poor and middle classes thinking often says, how can I save money? Wealthy things ask, how can I save time? Because wealthy people understand money can return, time cannot. You can lose money and make it back, but you can never recover lost years. This is why wealthy people delegate bill system, here expected automate tasks, focus on high value activity. They understand leverage. Average people trade time directly for money forever. Wealthy people build a system where money works without their consistent presence. This is why business, investments, intellectual property, and scalable skill matter. A wealthy mindset constantly asks, how can I multiple results? How can I create a value at scale? How can this work without me? That's a completely different level of thinking. Powerful reflection. Many people spend 3 hours scrolling social media, 5 hours watching entertainment, years procrastinating. Then they say, I don't have time. But wealthy people protect time aggressively. They know time is life itself. Number 3. Wealthy people fall in love with learning. One of the most important One of the most underrated secrets of the wealthy people is this: they never stop learning. Most successful people becoming obsessed with self-education, not because school told them to, because they understand knowledge create option, and option create freedom. Poor thinking says, I already know enough. Growth thinking says, what am I am missing? Wealthy people read books, listening to the podcast, studying psychology, study communication, study business, study human behavior. Because the modern economy rewards people who can solve a problem, communicate clearly, lead people, adapt quickly. And here, something powerful. The more valuable your mind become, the more valuable your life become. Key insight. Most people want success without transformation, but wealthy people usually follow growth. You're becoming wealthy by becoming more useful. That's why wealthy people invest heavily in mentors, courses, skills, experience, network. They know ignorance is expensive. Number 4. They see failure different. Average people fear failure. Wealthy people fear staying the same. That's a massive difference. Most people avoid risk because they want comfort, but wealthy people understand every successful person failed repeatedly. Business fail, investment fail, ideas fail, but failure is information. Every setback teaches what doesn't work, what to improve, what to avoid next time. The problem is most people take a failure personal. Wealthy people take a failure professionally. They detach emotion from the learning. Example: if a business fails, average think says, I am a failure. Wealthy think says, that strategy failed, what can I improve? That mindset keeps people moving forward. Important truth: most success stories are built on invisible failure. You only see the victory, you don't see rejection, embarrassment, doubt, sleepless night, debt, mistake. Wealthy people understand the price of mystery, and they keep going longer than most people. Number 5. They focus on ownership. Another huge difference. Wealthy people focus on ownership. Ownership creates freedom. Employees trade time for income. Owners build access. Now, there are nothing wrong with having a job, but wealthy people usually aim to own businesses, equity, investments, real estate, intellectual property, brand system. Why? Because ownership creates leverage. Imagine two people, one work for money, the other owns something that produces money. Eventually, the owner gains more freedom. This is why wealthy people think about asset instead of liabilities, cash flow instead of appearance, equity instead of status. Deep point. Most people buy things that make them look successful. Wealthy people buy things that make them successful. That's a life-changing difference. Number 6. They choose relationship carefully. Your environment shape your future more than you realize. Wealthy people are extremely intentional about relationship because energy is spread, mindset is spread, standard is spread. If everyone around you comply, avoid responsibility, hates growth, fear competition, eventually that's affect you. But if you surround yourself with builders, learners, disciplined people, visionaries, you think expanding. Wealthy people often network strategically, not in a fake way but intentionally. They understand one conversation can change your life, one mentor can save you years, one opportunity can transform your future. Powerful question. Ask yourself, who am I becoming because of the people around me? That question alone can change your life. Number 7. They control emotions. One of the biggest hidden skill behind wealthy is emotional control. Most people make emotional decision, emotional spending, emotional reaction, emotional quitting, emotional investing. Wealthy people learn emotional discipline. They understand impulse destroy progress. This is why passion matters, consistency matters, calm thinking matters. The ability to stay focused during difficult season is incredibly valuable. Importantly, instead, many people sabotage themselves because they chase excitement instead of acceptability. Wealth is often built quickly, not dramatically. Pouring habits create extraordinary results. Reading daily, saving consistently, investing patiently, working steadily, learning continuously. This is a compound over years. Number 8. They think in terms of value. Here, the final and perhaps most important mindset shift. Wealthy people focus on create value. The marketplace reward value. The more problem you solve, the more valuable you become. Instead of asking, how can I get more money? Wealthy think ask, how can I help more people? Money often follows usefulness. Business exceed because they solve problem. Doctor solve health problem. Engineers solve technical problems. Teachers solve learning problems. Entrepreneurs solve market problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the reward can become. Final message. As we end this episode, remember this: wealthy is not only about money. True wealth include freedom, peace, health, time, purpose, relationship, and growth. And the journey starting in the mind. Your habits come from your thinking, your future come from your habits. So if you wanted to a different future, you need a different tasks, different standards, different actions. You do not become wealthy overnight. You become wealthy decision by decision, day by day, habit by habit, mindset by mindset. And maybe the most important lesson of all is this: the goal is not to look rich. The goal is to build a life that gives you freedom, meaning, and impact. Thank you for listening, and remember, your current situation does not have to define your future. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.